Today's video is brought to you by oldschoolgaming.net, the online resource for all your tabletop gaming needs. At oldschoolgaming.net, customers get store credit with every purchase. Great prices, fast shipping, and customer rewards. oldschoolgaming.net.
Hey guys, Mtg Noob here, doing a quick draft for you. So we open a Spark Trooper. This pack is very gruel intensive. I think I'm gonna just snap the Sunhome Guild Mage. It's good enough for me. Over some of these gruel cards. Excuse me, these will probably go eventually. Maybe Night Watch Wheels. Let's take it and hope we get a good one. Alright, so the person to our right just rare drafted. And whatever they took is no indication to us. That being said, there's this Guild Mage, which puts us in 3 colors, which I don't really like in this format. There's a Hellraiser Goblin, who I don't love. Massive Raid and Angelic Edict. I'm just going to cut the Edict here. I don't really like Edict in Boros since it's kind of slow, and it's not really what you want to be doing, but it does allow you to get through big creatures and things that are hard to kill. Wow, this is some pack here. This pack must have been bonkers insane. Croconor, Assault Griffin, Goblin, but like, look at these 2 spells. We're just going to take the mugging here over the Goblin and the Assault Griffin. Hopefully one of those comes back. If not, it's going to be a bad sign for us, but that pack 2 is probably going to be pretty weak. But now we're getting some removal in Boros, which is nice because then we could start to value creatures. Okay, so now this pack may be unfortunate for us, but it definitely seems like Orzhov's open, especially being past the Grizzly Spectacle last time. So I'm going to jump in on the Kingpin's Pet. I really don't like the fact that we have to be in this way, but we got to be in this way. You know, if we gotta be Orzhov, we gotta be Orzhov. I'm not gonna hate it. I just wish I would have taken this Grizzly Spectacle over the mugging, but we tried to stay on color. Okay, and now we kind of have to decide where we want to be. Are we in red or are we in black-white? The black-white continues to flow. Really don't want to give up these red picks, though. They're really strong. I think we got to take the signal and probably be in black-white, but I'm going to hold out for one more pick. And I'm not really regretting it, as this pack is kind of a wash. Massive Raid's decent. It actually gets pretty good with Sunhome Guild Mage. Active Treason's pretty good too, and Night Watch is pretty good. I think I'm going to take the Massive Raid here, even though we only have 2 creatures. Like I said, I'm going to start valuing creatures higher than spells, but I'm not in love with either of those over the Massive Raid. Okay, this is an odd one. As you can see, nobody's in Simic. I think we have to take the Nav Squad, even though, like I said, I don't like the 5 drops in Boros. Hacking a Simic Charm there just seems wrong, as we're halfway through pack 1 and we don't really have a decent deck yet. Okay, here's the last pack before we get our pack back. We'll take a Ripscale Predator. Just snatch it up. Alright, sweet Ember Beast. Okay, that's pretty decent sign that Ember Beast came back, unless people aren't really valuing him that much. Spark Elemental did not come back from our pack, so that signifies that somebody else is in our colors. And we get a second Massive Raid. With 5 creatures is not amazing, but I definitely think it's better than Riot Gear. Some of these creatures we're probably not playing, as they're very top heavy. We want to be in Boros, not like white-red control. Okay, this was the pack that we would hope we got something back. I'll gladly take a Smite. It looks like we're slower and people don't expect that from us. Wow, Death's Approach Wield. Alright. Well, I'll just say that I'm not in black. So let's hide black. Hide land. And hope we get some good ones in this pack. I'll play Smite in this deck if it does look like we're later in the curve. Come on, Bomb! Aurelia! I clapped, so that means it's gonna happen. If you clap, Boros Reckoner, it's gonna happen. You're gonna say I'm gonna open a Fathom Mage. Ooh. Yeesh. Yeesh, yeesh, yeesh. Blind Obedience is kind of good, but I don't think we want to be in on the extort plan. Madcap Skills would be better if we were earlier. Syndic of Tides is a nice little bear. The veteran's okay. I think we're just going to take the Shank Tail here, though. But I could be completely wrong on this pick, so feel free to troll this pick. I think I've narrowed it down to this, and currently we're more red. So I think I'm going to take the Shank Tail. I think it's a fine Blood Rush trick, although this does allow Ember Beast to have more value. Yeah, I hate talking myself into things and then out of things. I could see taking the Syndic here like pretty easily. Madcap Skills with 5 creatures is not the pick. And Blind Obedience is pretty good, but probably not the pick. We want creatures in our Boros deck. Alright, let's value 2 drops and take a Syndic. And insta-rewarded with somebody rare drafting. We don't need more removal. I think we're just going to take this over this. Although the bus is pretty nice, we're not really very... You know what? Maybe we take the bus here. I just feel like whenever you get one Court Street Denizen, you kind of end up getting a lot more. If that's a thing. Probably isn't a thing. But if we take this or this, Pit Fight's really nice. Pit Fight's actually not terrible in our deck. Maybe the pick is Pit Fight. I don't know, guys. I'm just kind of trying here, but every time I do something, it falls apart. Pit Fight right now is kind of garbagey, though, in our deck. But if we're going to have to be playing these guys, then we don't know. Alright, let's take the Pit Fight. I think I could live without these two. One will probably wheel. Okay, so the person to our left is 100% in Boros. As you can see, there's no cards for us here. That being said, maybe we shift to a 3-color build and take a Killing Glare. Or we just start taking green cards, because these are 2 pretty good green cards. I'm not in love with the white, but Sun Home Guildmage makes me pretty happy. I'm not gonna play a second Nav Squad. I'm gonna take a Slaughterhorn here. Holy shit, man. Really? Really? Nobody's black. Nobody is black. Nobody. Nobody is black on either side of us. That's the second Grisly Spectacle we could add. I can take another Disciple. I'd really not like to get off task here. I'm going to take a Madcap Skills over Combat Trick. We only have 6 creatures, though, so all of these cards are bad for us, but wow. Martial Glory is probably better than Madcap Skills in this deck. Let's take the Glory. Alright, whew! Get out of our colors. There we go. Sure, I'll take another one of these. Okay, I think we'll take Assault Griffin over a Boros Guildgate and a Smite. Dinrova Armor is scary there. None of these are really good for us. Righteous Charge is a thing, but I'm just going to hack this throw. Alright, that's fine. Fits our curve. Yada yada. Alright, well, it's coming together. I'm kind of glad I stayed disciplined because it's hard not to jump on a Grisly Spectacle. But I think we've already committed. Okay, pretty happy about this coming back to us. I thought this might come back. So taking the Pit Fight there turned out to be correct, I guess. And we can have another Death's Approach. We might be double Nav Squad in this deck. I don't really want to be, but we might be double Nav Squad. I don't think we're going to be playing this. And Nav Squad is a pain in the butt for us to go against. Alright, Oars of Keyrune might be helpful in our deck if we want to splash that Kingpin's Pet that we have, but we're most likely not going to be doing that. Wow, gladly take this Righteous Charge. Playing it, probably not. But taking it, yes. Alright, I'm going to clap my hands again. Come on, land! Oh, see, it works every time you clap your hands, you get what you want. Told you. Let's try again, Aurelia. Aurelia? Boros Reckoner. Fire Main Avenger. Foundry Champion. Sure. You're on board. We're slow. We're slow enough to play the Foundry Champion, and it kind of works out that there's absolutely nothing for us. Okay, now we're cooking. I think, oh god, there's gifts here? Did not see the gifts of Orzhova. Fire Fist was going to be my initial pick, but gifts just ends games. I don't think we're fast enough for Fire Fist. I would like a second Angelic Edict, but something will probably wheel from that pack. We have to take the gifts. Gifts is very good, especially on like these things, our late game stuff. Gifts is so good. All right, ding. We'll take a Sky Knight Legionnaire. Hopefully one of these two will wheel, but gladly take a Sky Knight Legionnaire. White creatures make this better. I'd still like some more early drops. Don't know if we're going to be playing the Smite. There's definitely some room in here for things. Ooh, another Kingpin pet. Kingpin's pet, excuse me. We can probably splash for that, but I don't think that's making the cut. I think we just take the active trees in here. Although aerial maneuver is a nice little trick, I think act just does work in our deck, and right now we might play it. Still want some 2-drops. Kingpin's pet's pretty sweet. Alright, this is a pretty good pack. I'm going to snatch up this Cinder Elemental as it's the only thing that's really on color. And having a Fireball is nice, but there's been a lot of piggies oinking around this draft. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Okay, I'll take a Goblin. 2-drop reasons are pretty good. Nobody's in Simic, apparently. Are they ever in Simic? Are they? Alright, this is actually a really interesting pick. It's not going to be this. It's going to be Court Street Denizen with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white creatures versus a Zerichi Tiger. I think we take the Denizen here, as the Denizen does do a lot in the deck that we want to be playing. But Zerichi's really good against us. I think I could forgo a second Court Street. I'm going to take the Zerichi and probably not play it. And now, of course, we got a Night Watch. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh, we could have had 2 Court Street Denizens. Sometimes I just play very defensively minded, I should say. So, I think of the worst possible outcomes. But maybe the Denizen there was just correct. I don't know. Alright, here's an interesting pack back. Millennium Gargoyle gives us some more flyers, but I don't really want it. The 4-drop is pretty stacked. I think we take another Active Treason over an Aerial Maneuver. We have a pretty good amount of removal, and I think Active Treason does help speed everything we want up. Alright, Assault Griffin. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, deck's actually looking pretty good. We could use another 2-drop. I guess we added an Aerial Maneuver, but a 2-drop creature would have been a little bit better off for us. Okay, ooh, another Night Watch. Alright, excuse me, let's get to our... Alright, so I think the draft panned out in the end. I'm not super in love with not taking the Court Street Denizen, as I think that would have been the correct pick. However, I think we're okay here. Another pick was the actual, should we take the, not the Skin Brand Goblin, excuse me, the Goblin, the Vishano, the Shanktail. So it was, should we take that? We didn't end up taking that. But, we have some decent stuff. I don't think we want double Night Watch here, but we'll see what happens. Where are all my cards? Alright, I'm moving a lot of the stuff I'm going to be playing over here for now, as there are certain things I'd like to be playing over it first. And make sure I'm getting all those things into the actual deck. Okay. It's a little much on the 4s. I don't know if I really want this guy, to be honest. Alright, so this is the deck with 19 cards, 12 creatures. So we'd like to up the creature count if possible. I'm going to move all this other stuff over. We're not fast enough to really benefit from Righteous Charge. Back to its sorcery is not super blowouts, and I don't think we want the Kingpin's pet. I mean, we have cards in our colors that we want to be using versus cards we don't want to be using. So let's look at these, try to match them up better this time for once. Zerichi's a sideboard. I think these nav squads are sideboard. This is probably making it in. Smite, Dutiful Thrall. We have 4 spots with 12 creatures. I think massive raids lose their appeal tremendously, especially since we have mugging, pit fight, and angelic edict to remove things. They are kind of good with Sunhome Guildmage, but I think I'd rather be running like active treasons over them. Um, I could be off there. Maybe I don't want both active treasons. Maybe I want one. So this is the deck with, yeah, we definitely need this 3-drop creature, like 100%, especially if we're playing 2 Night Watch. Um, all of this stuff to my left that I'm moving over, I believe could be in the board. I'd like to find the Ripscale Predator a home in the main deck, but I don't think that's possible. But let's see. All these I'm fine with being in the board. I have not been super impressed with this card, so Ripscale is probably the first to go. I don't want too many 5s and 6s, so I'm going to put him in the board. And then we have to decide, do we want double act or double massive raid? We do have these and this guy's token generators. I think I might be willing to. I don't think I want the aerial maneuver. The only thing it's really excellent with is probably like this. I think we want 1 active treason, and I think we're going to try the double massive raid because I think we have enough dues, even though right now it's not amazing. But massive raid's a good removal spell and a good finisher if you have enough creatures, and I think we definitely have enough creatures, and we probably will have more creatures out of the board depending on what happens. Also, this guy goes to the face, this guy goes to the face, so massive raid going to the face also is pretty tight. We have 1 extorter, so we have some things and some stuff we can pull off. All right, let's add some land. They suggest a black source. I suggest no. Um, Looks like I want the double red more, so there we go. That seems like our deck. So let's take this to battle, and thank you for watching. Please check out the mtgnoob.com.